right, welcome in. As promised, the weekly pods are starting on the channel. Got my guy Deli on here. Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, man. Appreciate you having me, man. It's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the wrestling world, and I'm just
Yes,
happy
sir.
that me and you can talk about it because this is a long time coming with this pod. This weekly talk, we've been talking about this for months now, so it's like me and you share the same passion. So I'm excited. It started off good. This week started off good actually. So a lot to
Yeah,
talk
for
about.
sure. Yeah, I mean, Papa H, he heard us talking about a pod, and he said, "Let me cook up something.
Yeah, let me
Make
cook
them
some
make them press that button. Get ready
for
to get
sure,
going."
for
Um,
sure.
for anybody new to the channel, we're definitely looking to spread more positive energy about the shows and stuff, and kind of just enjoy wrestling.
Yep.
We have to start with Monday Night Raw. Just ended for us. This pod will be dropping Tuesday at noon, and Liv Morgan was a menace. Was a menace on this show from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
She and I tweeted this out and I texted it to you. It clicked for me kind of towards the middle of this show. She meant it when she said she is taking everything from Rhea Ripley, and that includes the Judgment Day, because she started the show off by sending them a PS5, chicken nuggets, and sending Dom Mysterio some text message pictures that
Yeah.
just judging by Carlito's reaction, they were cool.
Cool. Yeah.
so so
They were
uh,
cool. That's a
had
lot of
that
chicken
happen.
nuggets.
She got Dom a match with Ray, which I feel like he
Mm-hmm.
probably could have gotten on his own if he had some
Yeah.
motivation, but
Yeah.
teach their own. She got Finn and JD a tag title match that she
Mm-hmm.
later on helped them win. We have new tag champs, which shout out to Miz and R-Truth, but I was kind of tired of their reign. I mean, they're not, it was cool. R-Truth deserved the WrestleMania moment, but I wasn't really feeling it no more. So you get the
Nah.
titles back on Finn and JD.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. But she looks like she is just coming for everything. And this is the best character work I've ever seen her do, man. I mean, right? Like, tell me your thoughts on just this whole angle she's been doing and this character of,
Yeah.
man, she's just evil.
Yeah. I agree because this like when she first had it, the babyface role. We already know how WWE books their babyface champions. We know how it is, and I think when she first had the championship, it was a bad kind of partner to tangle with Ronda Rousey. So it really wasn't, what I'm saying, it really wasn't the best. But yeah, I agree. This is the best work she's been doing because like as we know, heels is the best thing. That's you're a heel as a champion. Just and she's doing stuff not even wrestling. I don't think I think the last time she wrestled, if I'm not mistaken, was Becky. Or no, she wrestled. Yeah, I think it was Becky,
I
right?
think it was Becky.
It was
Yeah.
Becky, right?
Because
So like,
Zelina called her out tonight, was like,
yeah,
"You're more worried about Dirty
yeah,
D than that title." I was
right,
like,
exactly.
"Whoa."
So it's like the fact that she's doing all this stuff without even defending her title, and she's becoming interesting. Like we are like, I know, besides her looks, I know I'm interested to see what she's doing every single Monday, like stuff that she do on Twitter and Instagram, stuff like that. So she's developing a good character off, off like saying off the ring and whatnot. And now we already know she can wrestle. We know that Liv can wrestle really good. She's a really good wrestler,
Yeah.
but her character work now with the championship has been beyond what I thought it was going to be, and it's exciting.
And the championship has taken a bit of a back seat, but to me,
Yeah,
that hasn't been an issue because the bigger storyline is Rhea coming back to take everything back. And the Raw women's roster, I'm not going to say that it's not good, but there's just not a real contender lined up. Rhea hurt, Becky gone, and
exactly.
they're still establishing some of these new names like Lyra, Selena back in the picture. Io just had her title on SmackDown, so do you just throw her into a new thing and they're doing something else with Damage Control? So I really like where we're just kind of passing the time by for Rhea. I don't mind a focus not being on the title, especially with, we'll talk about the Money in the Bank card later, but Triple H has been 5-6 matches of pay-per-view. And when that's the case, not every title gets on. So I don't
Exactly.
mind storyline on TV weekly taking priority and championships taking a bit of a back seat
Right.
for a little bit. Like you mentioned, Liv doing some of her best work. I think the reason that this is so good is because it feels so real.
Yeah.
WWE's leaned a lot more into realism, but a beautiful woman who is trying to take something vindictively from another woman. I mean, that's real. That's a real storyline out there
that's
in the real world.
And that's the thing about Papa H, because he listens to us, he sees what we saying, and then he goes out there and put compelling television. Like that's what it is. It's going into 2025 where we about to be on Netflix. Netflix always got them shows that's compelling that we want to watch. So that's why that he's gearing us up for that. So as you like you said, the championship taking a back seat to story, because that's what we watch in television. It's 3 hours of television. We want to see more story than we want to see other stuff, because it's that's our time. That's why we turn on TV on. So, like I said, we know she can wrestle. We know she's pretty good, but the storytelling that she's doing, especially taking everything from Rhea, and now she kind of sort of, you've seen the seeds be planted. Now she's dividing Judgment Day. So now you kind of see it with, you see it with Finn. You see it with, El Champion. Like you see it, you see it's crumbling down to where, okay, cool. Now we about to get some interest in here with the Judgment Day, because like I said, she don't have to defend the Money in the Bank, but we already know she's gonna defend it at SummerSlam.
Well, she's defending it next week too against Lena Vega. So
yeah, so
I bet the Judgment Day helps her win that match. That's 100%. My prediction. They got to return
100%,
the favor.
100%.
And realistically, in terms of if you're in the Judgment Day, it makes sense to align with Liv now. Not only snacks and PS5s, but titles are coming your way with her. And after, we'll get to Priest in a second, but in his promo with Seth, I mean, he basically said, fuck these guys.
Yeah,
he said,
100%.
He said, they need me more than I need them. I'm the champion. And then all of a sudden tonight, the closing picture on Raw, what was it? JD, Finn, and Liv holding up their titles.
Shrugging their shoulders.
I think that could be more telling than we think, because there's something going on here with Finn and Liv as well. You texted me during the show and you said her leaving their like clubhouse locker room with just Finn in there, something fishy is going on. And I think not only is she screwing Rhea, I think she is trying to screw over Dom too. And Liv, Finn, and JD, that 3 unit that you saw, that's going to be the 3 unit that survives this.
I 100% agree. I think they're trying to. Dom just getting so much heat. It's just hard to see him as a babyface, but still in all, I can still see. I'm just trying to figure out how they're gonna do it, because I got
you. If he sides with Rhea Ripley, they'll cheer him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they have, because I think so, but I just think he just.
Because I think that's the swerve. I think that's the swerve. I think everybody thinks that he's slimy. He's going to turn his back on Rhea. And I think when the time comes, he's going to pick Rhea, get the face reaction, and Finn and JD are going to turn on him.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
We just cooked that up. Up.
Hey, look, just give us the pin.
Yeah, don't be shocked. I mean, listen, I'm not saying this is going to get a bunch of views, but for those of you that saw, real ones will know. And I'll be tweeting out the clip too. You'll see. What I tell you months ago.
Because I mean, like you said, the closing clip that we seen was them shrugging their shoulders and put their titles together and put it up. She helped them do something. This is JD's first title ever, because I don't think he held the title in when he was in NXT. So this is his first one. So obviously you think he helped her, she helped him get his first title. Of course, we know Finn has multiple titles in since he's been in WWE, but yeah, I think that's the compelling story about those two, because those two like this.
I don't think Rhea ever was involved in Judgment Day like title matches to help them win. I don't like, if you noticed before she got hurt, she was kind of doing her own thing and kind of just let them lose the titles and was like, you got to be better. Liv's out there making them better. So even from that standpoint of like, who's out there riding with me, it's Liv.
She already showing her worth, just like she's doing it more than Carlito.
Yeah. Hey man, Carlito's cool.
Yeah, he just having fun, man.
Let's talk about Seth and Priest and their stipulation that they added into this match, because Seth came out and added another gentleman's bet, side bet wrinkle to this match. Seth Rollins and Priest kind of have a handshake deal here where If Seth loses to Priest at Money in the Bank, he says he won't challenge for the title again as long as Priest is champion. But if Seth wins, Priest is out the Judgment Day.
Yep.
So no matter what, we're not headed towards a triple threat with Gunther, Priest, and Seth at SummerSlam, because that's where I thought we were going.
Okay.
And
okay.
now tonight, that's not going to happen. Because I thought Judgment Day was going to screw Seth out the title, and that was going to caveat into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But now Seth said he won't challenge the title if Priest is still champion. I'm kind of thinking Seth might win at Money in the Bank.
See, and the thing about that, right? Before that promo, I was all Damian Priest. Like I was like, okay, Damian Priest gonna win because there's no way that you're gonna get. He just got back. But then when that stipulation, when he said that, I was like, oh man, they might have.
You're not rooting for it. You're not cool with Seth winning?
No, I'm cool with it. Gunther's gonna win it. So my thinking is,
it don't matter.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's no way you don't give the championship to Gunther. Like I just don't see it. I don't see Gunther walking out of SummerSlam without no title. Because if that's the case, then why you take the Intercontinental title away from him, the IC title away from him? You know
I think there's one scenario.
Okay, I'm listening.
One. Okay. There is one scenario where Gunther doesn't leave SummerSlam, and that is if Chad Gable wins Money in the Bank. I could see Chad Gable leaving SummerSlam World Heavyweight Champion, and then Gunther wins it at Bash at Berlin, kind of like by his home country. That's the one situation I see. But like you said, Seth ain't leaving SummerSlam with the title, and neither is Damian Priest. So, And if in terms of building out a SummerSlam card, here's also what's better: Seth and Gunther, Priest and Balor.
Yes,
2 matches there.
Which people been saying for months. Which, if that's the case, then I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing with Seth if he's not champion? What's he doing at SummerSlam?
So
is it like a IC title match? Like, is he getting in there with Zayn and Breaker? Because now he can't challenge for the World Heavyweight title. Like, I mean, listen, that'd be a banger. So you won't catch me complaining there.
Yeah, I won't complain either. I mean, take my money. And that's the thing about the Seth. The surprise about Seth, because a lot of people thought he was going to be out way past the summer, probably back towards Survivor Series.
I posted a video and somebody told me they didn't think he was coming till Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was seeing too. I was seeing close towards the end of the year. So him coming back did put a wrinkle to it, but then exactly like how we talked about with that stipulation in, now it's like, okay, yeah, Damian's cooked, because I just don't see him. Like you said, we don't see Seth not walking out of Money in the Bank, just like we don't see walking out of SummerSlam with the title, unless they like you said, unless Chad win it and then he does what he does. Cool, I could see that. Then Bash in Berlin and the whole time he wins it clean. It's just tough for Damian, because like I said, I had Damian win it. Like if cool, Damian win, because Seth is probably not 100%, so they just wanted to have a really really good top of the match card, because obviously now if you watch Raw today, the WWE title won't be defended. So the only title that's going to be defended was the world, you know what I'm saying? So that's what my thinking was. But, I mean, with that stipulation, there's no way. There's no way. I just feel sorry for Damian. Just no
Money in the Bank, I mean, I tweeted this out. It might be the best one-night show of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's just 5 matches, but the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, Seth and Priest, the 6-man tag, and Sammy and Breaker.
Cook.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be up here reviewing that show. Yeah. Right it's after, we're not waiting for the podcast.
To be honest with you, if that stands the way it stands with the 5 match, that's probably the best Money in the Bank card we probably had in a couple of years. If I could be wrong,
people are going to say like 2011 with CM Punk and John Cena, but the bottom, this show could be better, top to bottom. I'm not out here saying it's a better match on the show, but top to bottom.
Yeah, it's not a better match, especially with like I said, the story. But I think top to bottom card from top to bottom from them 5 matches with the 2, because like you kind of think about how the women's and the men, especially the men's, how it's shaping up to be. The men's,
and I love what they're doing.
Yes,
with both, because it's people who didn't have these opportunities. This is what I've been saying for years. The Money in the Bank should be. It's cool when, like, if Drew McIntyre gets in this match, cool. I'm not going to complain. It makes sense storyline wise. But back when it was like Orton versus Cena versus Big Show versus just guys that had been there before, and it's like this briefcase is meant to elevate. That's the idea behind it. When Chris Jericho first came up with the match, when Edge won it, he had never been world champion before. When RVD had won it, he had never been WWE champion before. When Mr. Kennedy had won it at 23, never been champion before. CM Punk at 24, never been champion before. This is how you elevate somebody into that main event scene. And I'm glad that we're getting back to that.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you 100% because, like you said, it's people that, people's making fun of Friday, how they didn't get no interest and stuff like that. But that didn't, like Carmelo said on Twitter, it don't matter how you
exit.
Yeah, we're about to exit. Like that was perfect because like he's one of those people that you can actually see win it. Like, okay, he could win it and he can, you know what I'm saying? You can see
I think we're a year early on him winning it. But if he won it, I'd be happy. Strap the rocket to him. Let's talk about the Wyatt Six. They had the perfect debut last week. It could not have been any better. And my worry was, how do we follow this up? Is there overexposure? What's the storyline here? And I'm still not really sure why they attacked Chad Gable. And there's still questions to be answered, which is good because leave me wanting more. But we got a deeper look, but not overexposed this week. Only Nikki Cross in the arena. And then the therapy sit down of Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. And Uncle Howdy just straight up goes, "How do you feel about your brother dying?" And I'm like, whoa.
I was like, hold on. Whoa, we just, that was quick.
Bo explains why they're back. Because y'all had forgotten about me. Y'all forgot about Nikki, Dexter, Joe Gacy, kind of to an extent, Rowan, kind of to an extent. He was in AEW. But the point being, these are, when you talked about the group before this week, and even when it was the rumored group, what's like your thought? This is a bunch of mid-card talent you could go without. They're playing into that. We're forgotten. You didn't think we could be something. We're going to be something. I was supposed to be something with Bray. He died. I'm here, still looking for revenge. I'm going to be something. And it's chip on shoulder. It's we're creepy, but it's not. We're supernatural. And I don't know if they have something going on with McAfee, with Gable. How would you feel about at SummerSlam, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas versus Pat McAfee? Is that a match you're interested in? Because I don't love it, if I'm being honest, but it feels like that's where we're headed, unless they cost Gable at Money in the Bank and then it's Uncle Howdy versus Gable. But who wins? Because Gable has just been taking L's, but you can't have Bo Dallas lose.
So this is where my mind is going, as you're saying, right? Yes, we can do the Pat McAfee match, but we just got a little clue here. After Chad won, we seen Creed brothers with Ivy now. Now, what my mind is going to, right? Now, of course, the Wyatt Six is kind of looking like they're baby faces. They're looking like they're...
Oh, they love them.
They're going to love it because, like, as you said. So here's what my mindset thinking, right? It might be wild. It might not be too much of a SummerSlam worthy match like the Pat McAfee versus Uncle Howdy match, but I'm thinking we get the new Alpha Academy against the Wyatt Six. Whoever, because of course Nikki got to be in there because Ivy now. Like I said, that might not be a top of the card match or one of the matches for SummerSlam, but I can see that happening with the seeds being planted because, like you said, they're going to cost Chad Gable the match. They have something out for him.
And this is a position that WWE is going to find themselves in with Triple H booking and with all the stars that they have. But who loses? Because new stable, Team Gable, you want them to be strong. But there's not a shot in hell that this Wyatt Six group is losing their first match. And they should be able to lose at some point, but you can't introduce them with a loss. Especially with the character being, you forgot about us, you thought we're nothing. Imagine you come in and lose immediately, like, oh, so you are nothing. We got it right. Like,
and that's the only thing we're trying to book them, the Wyatt Six, because it's going to be a hard booking to especially because whether they are a baby face or they heels, which looks like they're more baby faces than they are heels for right now, it's going to be hard to book them into matches against people because, especially like a Chad Gable, who his story is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He got, you know what I'm saying? Now, Pat McAfee, now if it's Uncle High against Pat McAfee, that's an easy, like, okay.
Yeah.
That's
That's where I thought we were going, because it's like, that's an easy win. Here's what I could say. It seems unlikely, but when you look at the Wyatt Six, there's 5 of them. Right? Obviously, the 6th being Bray Wyatt, Spirit in the Lantern, but that guy's not competing in matches, obviously.
Yeah.
This Team Gable is 4.
Right.
It could be an unlikely alliance, but Pat McAfee on Team Gable at SummerSlam, because, hey, these guys both tried to attack us. Pat McAfee takes the pin. Team Gable still feels kind of strong. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, maybe, because, I mean, that's, like I said, either one is fine with me, because, like I said, if they're going to keep attacking those 2 people, because I guess report came out like the people that they attacked wasn't actual people and stuff for Chad Gable.
Yeah, so,
it seems like paid people. You know what I'm saying, to Chad Gable. So it's obviously it's a message they're trying to send to Chad Gable. So then with what we've been seeing recently with Pat McAfee. So either it's gonna be a single match or a tag team match, whether they, you know, it's gonna be some answers being, being questions that's gonna be answered very soon within both of them. Because obviously when she came out during the Chad Gable match.
Yeah.
So it's like it's something going on with that hopefully by the time Money in the Bank comes, like you said, me and you both.
And then that would point to Gable probably not winning the briefcase. But here's what I'll say: Gable wins the briefcase. Team Gable takes a loss, but at the end of the night, Gable's world champion. Now both are strong. So there's worlds to go with it.
Yes.
We've been focused on the booking. I also just want to one more time say the presentation has been perfect. It's been beautiful. Of course, we've been loving it, but we were just kind of more futuristic looking.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Drew McIntyre. He opens up the show. No music because he had quit. I like that. It's a nice little wrinkle. On Friday Night SmackDown, he repaid the favor of CM Punk, costing him in Glasgow. He beat the hell out of CM Punk.
Yes.
I mean, the blood out the mouth. And then I like that because internet sleuths caught on to it, that he took that bracelet off of Punk and they said, wow, this man's just a menace to society. He highlights it, says, I'm wearing your wife. Conor McGregor, I got your wifey in my DMs. He said, when I win Money in the Bank, your wife's gonna be there with me. When I win world title, your wife and dog, your ugly dog, are gonna be there with me. So I mean, Drew is just a beast. I was rooting for him at Clash, although I knew storyline wise it didn't make sense. But man, I'm loving this McIntyre stuff. Now he's in a triple threat match next week with Sheamus and Ilya Dragunov.
Banger after banger.
That is a crazy match. Are you having CM Punk cost him next week? Are you having him cost him at Money in the Bank? And I even saw speculation, because now her name's been brought up, and you know how wrestling Twitter goes. Does AJ Lee kind of come in the ring and push Drew off a ladder, a la John Cena, Dolph Ziggler all those years ago?
Man,
if you had the pen, where are you headed with this?
Man, okay, so before I even get to that, I'd like to say these triple threat matches has been very, very, very good.
Yeah,
and this is, I don't want to go on a tangent, but this is how people who's watching and listening to us, this is how you can tell the difference between a Triple H run booking and a Vince McMahon ran booking.
Yes.
Totally different. Like, we getting, like, for women matches of 3 people that some people don't care about. Like the match last week with Zoe Stark and EO and whatnot. Usually people don't care about that, but this is awesome chance.
Yeah.
You know,
because they got time.
Exactly.
And that SmackDown match that Chelsea Green won, if this is Vince McMahon era, Bianca Belair is winning in 2 minutes. 2 minutes max.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, that's probably the best Chelsea Green match I've seen, because I seen clips of
and
her.
And she's a good wrestler.
And she's really good. So it's like the fact that, like you said, he gave them time to actually show, and that you got awesome chance for both women matches and both men matches. And like those these, so I just want to say that because Triple H are booking these triple threats perfectly. Like these are great matches. Like even the Andrade match was freaking. I was on the edge of my seat on Friday for that match. That match was
I was
really
worried.
good.
I thought Waller was about to win. I was like, no.
That match
And then
was
Andrade
really
hits him with like
good.
that swinging neck breaker. I was like,
yeah, that match was really good. The fact that, like I said, like you had Randy Orton with those two young guns right there, and he was fit perfectly in there.
And
but like
he let Carmelo get the pin on him. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So it's like it was good. So if I had to pin about that, so here's my thing. I already know it's gonna be interference. So I already know that either Braun or Kaiser come in for the Sheamus. By the way, Kaiser did get injured out, heard he got injured, but we don't know how serious the injury is. But if it's not serious, we know that he will come in for the Sheamus stuff. Okay. How would I book this the what you call it? I'm thinking maybe AJ Lee, but I doubt it. So I'm thinking Punk comes in a hoodie. Nobody knows. McIntyre's up the top of the ladder, almost about to get it, and he looks down. He looks down and he sees the ladder's getting shaken, and then it's CM Punk.
Yep.
Pushes him down. Him down. It's pretty simple booking. Now if AJ Lee comes on,
it's also pretty predictable.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
CM Punk said he's going to do whatever he can to make sure that Drew's not world champion. Yeah. So while it's predictable, it's also logical. And I feel like Triple H has leaned more into logic. And I like that, because is it sometimes boring that I can predict certain ways that things are going to go? I guess, but these wrestlers are just being true to their word.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Liv Morgan, I'm gonna take everything from Rhea. Then Liv Morgan tonight acts exactly how I predicted, because that's what I would have done if I was trying to take everything from her. It would almost have been stupid if she didn't.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if you think about it, she literally doing what Rhea was doing before she became mommy. Like how Rhea was in the beginning of Judgment Day, after the how she was before she got the title. That's what Liv Morgan doing right now. Or when she was a heel with the title, that's what Liv Morgan doing right now. Like if you know what I'm saying, like if we actually think about it and think back to how Rhea was before she became, started becoming this babyface, she was costing people, she was helping people win titles. She was helping Dom win every NXT North American Championship. She was the reason why he was winning all of them. So what Liv did today was pretty much what Rhea did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like story, long-term booking, all that stuff coming into, like, it's just like you said, it's predictable, but it's like us as fans,
it's logical.
We don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? So we want things to be a little simple, but a little unpredictable. Predictable is cool.
There's some unpredictability too, right? The way that Punk interfered at Clash at the Castle was creative and fun. The ending to the Cody Rhodes AJ Styles match, we knew Cody was going to win, but then they gave us that little, whoa, Cody's mom's going to be there. So if something happened to his mom, there's an easy way to quit without you're being like a bitch. You know what I mean?
And that's what everybody was thinking. Everybody was like, they even had me thinking AJ was going to win because his mom was on the plane with him. They're like, oh, well, he might do something to his. And then when he went over there to his mom, I'm like, oh, this might be the end of the match. So it's like, So it's like, and like you said, like it was creative what CM Punk did, because it was predictable that he was going to come out, but we didn't know how he was going to do it. And the fact that he did it as a ref and did like kind of like a Shane McMahon attitude era where he always the ref every single time and 1-2 and he do it, but that's how it was, and it was great. 1, because
2, it doesn't matter if
right. It was perfect. Like once again, Triple H just know. He just know. I don't want to sound like a Triple H shield, but it's like he just know. He don't
matter.
He's a historian.
Albeit.
He's a historian, so he knows what's up. So he man.
He's bringing black and gold to the main roster,
and it's perfect. And I just think once Drew go up to that ladder and he about to touch that briefcase, that means CM Punk or AJ Lee is about to just his whole world gonna be effed up. It's not gonna be good.
I want to talk about an unpredictable match, and it could be match of the night next Saturday. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker made official.
Yes.
Here's my thing here. Breaker can't lose.
You think so?
I mean, it just seems kind of soon.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, what are you doing with Sammy at SummerSlam if he does? Now,
I can tell you what he could do. I could tell you. I got some in mind what he could do. Yeah. I got some in mind. And I wasn't thinking that until you just said that just now. Because I'm like, okay, how are we gonna get all this? Because my whole mind about this bloodline stuff is like, okay, how are we gonna get, because we got two people that's on Raw right now that could be in the story, and everybody else is on SmackDown. How can we get those two people on SmackDown? How? And I'm thinking, okay, so we even though it's cool, I'm cool with Braun Breaker winning this early because, in my opinion, what I think that Triple H want to do is have Braun Breaker just a better Goldberg. What I mean by that is just winning everything
and can actually wrestle.
Yes, exactly. So it's like Triple H Goldberg didn't have a good relationship, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to make you a better Goldberg, and I think that's what's going to happen. Because Goldberg had the belt early. He had the WCW United States Championship early. He won it early, like really, really early. And you can do the same thing with Braun Breaker. It just, once again, the question is, okay, what do we do with Sammy after he loses? Because it's supposed to be Chad Gable. They went away from the Chad Gable stuff, which is okay. It's cool. He can come back and get it. Now we put it on Braun Breaker. Now what we do with Sammy? That's the question, because we know Braun Breaker's going to be fine.
I think we are headed towards more of a fuck finish here and a multi-man match at SummerSlam.
Okay.
We'll see, because I think before Kaiser got injured tonight, I think we were in the play at SummerSlam of Kaiser versus Breaker versus Sheamus versus Zayn.
My money.
That Kaiser injury, if it was on like the powerbomb spear, it kind of looked like his knee may have been what took the brunt of that. Obviously, I'm not, a doctor. I don't know when he got hurt. I don't know if he just continued and kind of went through that spot. But if that's where it was, it looked to me like his right knee maybe kind of twisted a little bit. So we'll see there. If we can't do that, I could see them just kind of throwing Bronson Reed into that spot and still having a four-way match, which Bronson's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But I think Breaker is more likely to win the title at SummerSlam. And I think that's the smart move for multiple reasons. One, I think it's too soon to bring Sami Zayn into the Bloodline stuff. I think that should be like reserved for War Games, if that's when it's going to happen. Two, what gets more eyes? Money in the Bank or SummerSlam? SummerSlam. You want to make Braun Breaker a star? Have him have his moment there. And he doesn't have to pin Sammy. So you could get another match out of it at Bash at Berlin because Sammy says you didn't pin me. And Braun Breaker's character right now isn't, well, too bad. It's, I could kick your ass one-on-one. And then you get that match there. So to me, that's what I would do. That's where I think we go. I'm just wondering how we finish this match, because someone speculated on Twitter that Ricochet comes back in this match, cost Breaker, and then the following Monday Night on Raw, Braun Breaker really kills him and writes him off screen, because WWE still does have him under contract. I mean, like, I wouldn't hate it, but I almost would rather Bronson Reed or Sheamus just kind of interfere in this match. Maybe next week, Braun Breaker, like, is a dick to Sheamus backstage or attacks Sheamus backstage, and that pushes forward any way to get to the multi-man match realistically without Sammy or Breaker taking a loss at Money in the Bank. I know that it's a cop-out, but it's not like and as long as you're not using them all the time, these screwy finishes on pay-per-views aren't a big deal. This isn't the big money match anyways. Right. So I don't hate it here.
Yeah, I'm 100% agreeing with you, because I really do think that it's too soon for Braun for Money in the Bank, and also it's too early for Sammy to lose it. Like, we also got to think about Sammy
in Canada, his home country. They're going to be behind him.
Exactly. Like, it's on top of that, Sammy like just beat the person who had the all-time record for IC. Like that, and he beat him. So, like, losing it a couple of months after that, it's not ideal. Even though it's Sammy, and Sammy could take a loss, and Sammy would still be great. because I know for sure, as we speculated, is bigger plans for Sammy towards the fall. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think him winning the Royal Rumble this year is in play because you get that strap on Gunther, who's the only guy in the main roster to have beaten Gunther 1 year later at WrestleMania instead of the IC titles for big belt. But that's down the line.
That's down the line. But I can see that too. I can see. I mean,
Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, final two in the Royal Rumble.
Wide open. Everything is wide open right now because you ain't gonna see unless I doubt you see Punk win it. I doubt you see Drew win it. So it's gonna be somebody new. So yeah. So it's like that's what I think. I think what I'm thinking, since I know after SummerSlam is Bash at Berlin, I'm thinking depends on how the finish goes if you do the multi-man match and Braun wins that SummerSlam.
Oh, you know who I want in that SummerSlam match instead of Bronson Reed or plus Ilya Dragunov?
Ilya Dragunov would be great. See, I'm thinking about Ilya though. I'm thinking Ilya will face Gunther for the title at Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the Money in the Bank qualifier next week.
Yes,
there's a world where he wins that match and Drew gets himself added some other way, and now we have 7. And Ilya could win Money in the Bank. He waits for Gunther to win it and does the honorable cash in and says, "I'll see you at Berlin."
Yeah. And like I said,
because I know I could beat you
100%. And the thing about it, like how we was talking about predictable, like low key looking at that next week match, it's not a foregone conclusion that Drew's gonna win that.
I think it's a foregone conclusion that Sheamus is taking the pin, but that's about it.
That's about it. And like that match is where you like, okay, you can even see Ilya, because like you can't have Ilya off, you can't have Drew off. Like
could have Braun Breaker screw Sheamus out of the Money in the Bank because he interfered in his match. Braun Breaker says, "I'm gonna interfere in your match." Cost him the trip to the Money in the Bank. At Money in the Bank.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like how you said, us setting this up because once again, it all plays into where Sheamus wants the title. Now, like I said, like he said, the SummerSlam, it could be triple threat, fatal fours. It's gonna cook regardless.
Fatal 5-way, 6-pack challenge, 7-man, 8-man.
It's gonna cook. You know what I'm saying? Like you got those competitors. It's gonna cook. So yeah, I just like I said, it's a situation where you like, okay, what is Triple H gonna do with this booking of this match? Because the IC.
How many matches you think are on the SummerSlam card? Because it's one night, but it's SummerSlam. We gotta be at like 8, right?
Exactly. I was gonna say 8.
Yeah.
If he give me 5, he a maniac.
No, because here's the way that the SummerSlam card is shaking out, the way that we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
We got Gunther and Seth. We got Priest and Balor. We have the Intercontinental multi-man match.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 right there.
Solo and Cody.
Solo and Cody. That's 4. Logan Paul, LA Knight, 5. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, 6. Nia Jackson, Bayley, because she won Queen of the Ring, 7. Yeah. And that is already 7 right there.
Yeah. So it's one more out. Yeah, one more. So yeah.
And we have no tag title match in that conversation. Mm-hmm. There's only solo fighting, no Jacob Fatu in action, no Randy Orton in action. So there'll be some other match that comes. Fatu versus Owens, Fatu versus Orton.
Do you think it might go more than 8 then? Because if you saying that, he might have.
I mean, and matches. Did I say Rhea Liv?
No, you did not.
Yeah, so I think this is SummerSlam's moving to 2 nights for a reason. Yeah. I like it, but I think until 26? So the next 2 might be AEW length pay-per-views.
and just to stick my neck out, I don't even think Rhea's going to win that match at SummerSlam. I don't think she's going to win.
No, because I think Finn and JD. That's when.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna even win that match. People think she's gonna win it. I don't think she's not gonna win it until maybe Survivor Series, or Bad Blood. One of the 2. I don't think she's winning it.
Bad Blood, I don't hate. Bad Blood with Rhea and Liv, and then Drew and CM Punk and Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I don't think she's winning that SummerSlam. I think she's gonna lose. I think she's gonna get screwed.
Man, 2024 might
And I
Might
was going
fuck around and be the best year in wrestling.
it is though. They cook like they're cooking. Like they're cooking.
I want to talk about. We kind of hinted at a little bit. Jacob Fatu and the whole bloodline and his debut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his debut was excellent. I'm gonna make a quick point here on the debut, and then I'm gonna pass it to you. He took out the top 3 baby faces on SmackDown with ease.
Yep.
He took out Orton with a super kick, Cody with a super kick, ate a super kick from Owens, took him down. Samoan dropped to the steps, speared Orton through the barricade, and then an Uso splash through the announce table on Cody. You talk about a freaking debut. Dude is already top 5 selling in merchandise. Jacob Fatu is a freaking star.
Man, and the thing about it is though, which is amazing how all that happened, because like it was a fear about him outshining the current bloodline, and that joint happened in like 4 minutes. And he is a star. Like he's that damn good. Like he's that damn good. Like you said, he took out the top 3 baby faces, and he did it effortless, and he looked so dominant. Like he looked like it's crazy to say, he looked like Umaga. Like he looked
and
like
then
Umaga.
Jumped off the top rope.
like I was like, whoa, like you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like in real time, it was quick, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see him wrestle. Like I'm excited to actually, because obviously he's not gonna
gotta
do
talk
stuff
about that match.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously he's not gonna do what he did in because he's a heel, because he's all the stuff he was doing it. I don't think he was a babyface at the time.
I don't know if he's gonna. They might let him loose, man. I mean, he's gonna be in there with Cody, Owens, and Orton. Like you gotta let him loose in there with those guys. You gotta let him show that he's with them.
To be honest, Tonga Loa is just there. He's just there.
I mean, to be fair, he is quite literally just there for this match.
I mean, Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu with Solo, those 3 can go.
So this match, you have on one side Cody Rhodes, WWE Champion, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton,
right,
versus this new bloodline.
Right.
You could easily give the win to the bloodline and kind of establish them as there. And I think we're going to talk about Money in the Bank as a whole, but I think that match card placement is going to really point to how a lot of these are going to go. If this is the main event, Roman Reigns is coming out. If this is the main event, Roman Reigns is coming out at the end.
Okay.
And if it's the main event, I think the bloodline wins.
Yes.
But I think Roman comes out with Jimmy and Jay in like a separate area. If this is just in the middle of the card, I think Jimmy interferes, comes back, and either costs them or tries to cost them. But we see the return of Jimmy Uso. And if the men's Money in the Bank ladder match is the main event, this could be the most overbooked but fun WrestleMania 40 Night 2 main event type men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre. At that point, how does Jey Uso not win it without one of those Tongans costing him?
I forgot about Jay being the Money in the Bank. I forgot. He gonna win it? Yeah.
If he wins it, like what? Okay, that's cool, but it feels weird to have it on him when we know we're kind of headed for this bloodline story.
And that's my thing though, because if you look at the field, if the field is shaping up the way we probably think it's gonna shape up, it's his to lose. And that's the thing about him having it, because if you think about it, I just don't see anybody else winning that and being credible as far as being the next champion. It's only him and Drew, as we assume that Drew's going to win it. Now, unless the other, I didn't see the SmackDown men's. I think it's LA Knight,
Logan Paul and Santos Escobar.
So we know Santos going to win that.
I'm not sure, because I think if Santos wins it, why are we not doing LA Knight Logan Paul at Money in the Bank? I almost feel like one of them has to win and the other one has to cost them. But now we're talking about a third
Yeah.
person being screwed out of this match.
So like you
And I'm
said, it's
kind
gonna
of
be the most
like, what are
overbooked.
we doing?
Yeah,
Maybe, like you said, Santos wins and Logan and LA Knight just kind of don't end up on Money in the Bank. And that spoils over to another week, which
right,
I'm not mad at. And I
right.
kind of think maybe is the right decision with how we know if McIntyre's in this match that Punk has to cost him.
We know that.
Here's something I want to throw out.
Okay,
McIntyre doesn't win next week,
okay,
and Ilya Dragunov gets in the match. How does he get
okay.
himself in Money in the Bank? Is it possible that we see Jey Uso be taken out before the match by this bloodline because they're both there, no brand
Hmm.
split taken out, and it's night of, and Adam Pearce has to find a replacement for Jey Uso, and that's how McIntyre gets in the match.
Or, or, or,
Cook?
or, or we see Wyatt 6 take out Chad Gable again.
Yeah.
And now Adam Pearce is looking for a replacement. And now you got Drew McIntyre walking in there. Now you have
Let's
either or. You have either or that you can play with. Now, either
let's
or
go
is
down
correct.
that pathway.
Okay.
If Gable is taken out and the field is Jay, McIntyre, Ilya, Carmelo, Andrade, Santos,
Mm-hmm.
are you having Ilya Dragunov win Money in the Bank? Because you're not going to have Drew win it because he's getting screwed over. We just
Mm-hmm.
agreed that Jey Uso would kind of be
Yes.
holding it hostage.
Yes. Because like how you said earlier, me and you could see Ilya being at Bash of Berlin and doing an honorary like a John Cena did here.
And
I'm
lose.
cashing in and
He'll lose.
Which is
Yeah.
which for us we wouldn't care because guess what? It's just gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we wouldn't care. But that's if Jay not gonna win it and Drew gonna get screwed, the only person that could win it that's gonna be like, okay, he can be a champion is Ilya. I don't think nobody else in that field
Because
would be
Andrade and Santos, they're mid card, they're high quality mid card, but
yeah.
at least right now with what they've been like, they're just not at a level where I believe in their character as world champion.
Yes.
Carmelo Hayes is a wild card. I wouldn't hate him winning it, but what's he doing then? Cashing in on Cody? Or is he going over to Raw? I mean, and I wouldn't hate him moving to Raw, but he's certainly not cashing in on Cody. So I'm kind of just ruling out all SmackDown people. I feel like the winner has to come from Raw.
Yeah, it'll be like an Austin Theory. Like he'll be like an Austin Theory. He'll just hold it just to hold it. Like
and I don't see Triple H rolling that way.
Yeah,
especially when you might as well just put it on Ilya and give us that matchup
early. So me and you are, if Ilya's somehow in it, it's Ilya cashing at Berlin, and then you got the Ilya because that's the only person. If we both thinking that Gunther's going to win it, so if Gunther win it, the only person that we can see being a Bash of Berlin for him facing is Ilya. Now it could be Seth, it could be Damian Priest, which would be cool, but I don't think that's the match that we would want at Bash of Berlin. Now maybe we could now maybe that's just me and you. Now maybe we could wait for that Gunther versus Ilya at WrestleMania. But do we want to see that at WrestleMania?
I also think it goes over better with the UK crowd.
Yes,
I think they 100%. Get a much better reaction over there than 100%. They would main eventing in Vegas.
100%.
First off, I don't see the World Heavyweight title being a main event at Vegas. I think our main event matches are Roman and Rock. That'll be the night 2 main event. And then Cody, Randy, Cody, Punk, Rollins, some form of those 4 guys.
Yes. Yes.
We'll give our official predictions next week on the pod after we see another week of television. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match shaping up so far. There's 3 women in it: Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, Chelsea Green. I think though, I'll just give this prediction now because I've had it for months. It'll be Tiffy in the Bank. That's the way that I see this rolling.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's the storyline. Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax have been working together.
Yes.
Nia
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this.
Whether it's that night or another night, her new friend, Tiffany Stratton, turns on her with that briefcase.
I'm going to be honest with you. It's that night. But here's where I'm gonna go with it. You got Tiffy. I got Chelsea Green.
Oh,
I got Chelsea Green. Now,
leaving SummerSlam champion.
No, I have her not leaving SummerSlam champion. Maybe. Ooh, now you got me. Yes. You know what? You got me. Yes. Because you know what? That pop she got on Friday sold me right there.
And she's from Canada.
She's
Shows
from
in
Canada.
Toronto.
So that pop right there got me to like she probably could win it. Like
I will say this too, though. Think about the heel heat Tiffany Stratton gets when you see Chelsea up on the top of that ladder, the crowd going fucking nuts.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she
dinks
her right off, grabs the briefcase.
Yes.
Right up on that ladder.
The thing about it is though, those you know what I'm saying, those
that'll open the show, I think.
Yeah. But those like, I mean, I know Canada is kind of American.
I mean, listen, you just saw what happened in Scotland. Papa H ain't afraid to send them home unhappy.
Yeah. Nah,
he'll take your money and send you home with a frown on your face if it's good for the booking.
Good for the booking. He all about long-term storytelling. He stamped that.
And you know where we're headed for WrestleMania 41. Tiffy time versus Charlotte Flair for the title. Maybe this is the Vince era. Maybe I'm still thinking Vince era.
If that happens, I don't understand how.
I didn't mention for SummerSlam Bianca Jade. I could see that on the card. I mean,
I think Bianca going heel. I see her going heel.
I would love if Bianca went heel and the Pride with Lashley and Montez and Dawkins and her was just SmackDown Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with them. I mean, nothing. I mean, Bobby got hurt though, I think.
Yeah, Bobby got hurt. I think Bobby got hurt for a while, but they was in the Bloodline stuff, and then
Montez is such a talent. I'm surprised he wasn't in one of these triple threat matches, even not to win, but.
And the thing about it was, I don't know what's going on because when Triple H first got the pin, he booked him for the Elimination Chamber, and he was really good in that. That's when people was like, okay, he's about to have his.
I honestly think just send him down to NXT then. Like, just let them go wrestle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate that, but the Money in the Bank, it's shaping up good. Real quick before we get up out of here, Indianapolis is getting 3 big pay-per-views over the next 5 to 10 years. Royal Rumble this year, WrestleMania at some point, SummerSlam at some point, but they said it'll be one of the 2-night SummerSlams. So 2026 is in Minneapolis, so 2027 or beyond. I don't know when WrestleMania. People that I saw that like would be in the know said that they think it's going to be later. I mean, like 2030 plus. I think this is where we're kind of seeing the future of this go. Listen, WWE's hot, and with going overseas a lot, getting a lot of money for those shows, now the American shows, it's a bidding war.
Yep.
And it's going to make WWE so much freaking money.
Yep.
And they're an Olympic event. Like, that's how these cities are bidding for them. The same way they did those FIFA World Cup games when it comes here. It's
so
big
hot
attraction.
Right now. It's so hot right now.
I had a conversation with one of my friends today, and she's like not like a super sports fan, and she doesn't watch wrestling at all. And she said, like, her just for reference, her thought process was she thought baseball was the second biggest sport in the country in terms of viewership. And I was like, no. And I said, WWE is probably only second to the NFL in terms of popularity in that sports entertainment world right now. And she was like, no way. I was like, yeah, way. And you could make a case that it's bigger. I wouldn't, but it's definitely NFL, WWE. That's the top of the top right now, in my opinion.
What they go for is for video on Netflix. What I want to say a weird, a crazy number. It was like 500
bill or 500 million.
It was something like that. I mean, that's a lot for pro wrestling right there. That's a lot of money for
$5 billion over 10 years.
So that's a lot. So yeah,
I said 500 million. What was I talking about?
Shoot,
500 million a year. That's what I was talking about.
So it's like
Bring me my money.
Yeah, it's like bring money. Like it's yeah. Like you wasn't wrong about that. Like the way how sports is now is crazy.
Do you see wrestling Twitter today? I mean, February 1st, Royal Rumble. What's going on, dog? The Super Bowl got pushed back a week.
Come on now.
So that means you're not competing with the AFC and NFC championship. Fuck that. Why? Why split the viewership when if you just postpone yourself a week, you'll have everything. Ain't nobody watching the Pro Bowl games over Royal Rumble. Come on now.
Also, so like for the last couple of years, Royal Rumble been pushed back every single year. So like people just over
same as the NFL. Like, what am I like? My choices on Saturday night, if they don't, is AFC Championship, Mahomes versus CJ Stroud, or Royal Rumble. Now, me personally, I'd be on 2 monitors, but my roommates who are more like they casually watch WWE with me and they'll watch the pay-per-views, dude, they're gonna be like, put that shit on the laptop, bro. We're watching the AFC Championship.
Exactly.
And that's what I'd have to do, and I would have done it. But now, AFC, NFC Championship, Royal Rumble, Super Bowl. I mean, what a 3-week stretch for us that like both, obviously.
Yeah.
And my choice is watch the Royal Rumble or watch Dak Prescott play dodgeball. I'll pick the Royal Rumble 10 times out of 10. But 100%. That's where we're headed. So
I don't see the outrage about that. I think that's smart by WWE. That's generating more money. Now you're getting more money because you buy yourself. Now more eyes are gonna see it. Now more people are gonna wanna watch it. And I don't know if I think it's still gonna be on Peacock. I don't know if it's still gonna be on Netflix or Peacock. I'm not 100% sure.
The PLEs are going to be on Peacock still.
Peacock, okay. Cool.
When this deal with Peacock runs out, this is where I think we're headed.
Okay.
And roll with me here. I think the PLEs will then be on Netflix, except for the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
Okay.
And what they're gonna be is
$50.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, $50. Yeah.
$60.
$60, yeah.
And the interesting thing on that is, and the problem with WrestleMania and SummerSlam are 2 nights, but I could see in the future you're getting 2 nights of action for $60. If they want to do all of their PLEs on ESPN Plus, they're going to move them back to Sundays and UFC. UFC, whatever and the slap boxing on Friday, it's all going to be one $70 bundle on ESPN Plus, and it's like the slap boxing on Friday. It'll start at 10 o'clock after SmackDown. They'll correlate it.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm already paying for it. I'll watch it on ESPN Plus. The UFC card, UFC like whatever 300, whatever they're at, is on Saturday night. And Royal Rumble's on Sunday. You'll watch it. You'll watch both. Because now we're talking, instead of whatever $10 a month, you're dishing out $50. Well, damn, if I'm paying $50, I'm gonna watch all of it.
Yeah, 100%. Bang for my buck. Watching all of it.
You're gonna get UFC fans that are like, I already paid for this freaking Royal Rumble. Let me watch it. You're gonna get WWE fans like, I already paid for this UFC shit, let me watch it. And you're gonna get people that like both that are like, I already paid for this shit, let me check out this slap box.
Yep.
And all the while TKO is just counting money.
And I know that's something that Dana said. I think if I'm not mistaken, Dana said that a couple of months ago about that, like how
he mentioned it. The thing for me was WrestleMania's 2 nights now, SummerSlam's 2 nights, unless you're doing a UFC event on a Friday post SmackDown. I don't see how you combine those events, but
unless you do UFC like super early. Like if you do UFC like except for Mania, because Mania is different because Mania usually they do their pre-show.
And I bet like
5.
you get some PLEs still on Netflix, maybe like the Saudi show, Crown Jewel or whatever. They throw them a bone and that's on Netflix for free or some shit. But like I don't know. Like your Rumble and your Survivor Series, that's one night. That'll be paired with a UFC event on ESPN Plus, and then the 2 nights of action will be paired with ESPN Plus. For WrestleMania, will be on ESPN Plus for $70. You'll buy it.
Yeah, because I don't see them doing UFC with WrestleMania, but I could see it with Royal Rumble and SummerSlam. if they do SummerSlam multiple nights, like how they said they're gonna do it, if they only do it for that one time, but I can see that happening as far as pay-per-view wise, people paying their money for that. I can see that because they already mentioned it, so they're not just gonna mention.
Why do you think that WrestleMania 41 that was rumored to be in Minneapolis for so long, all of a sudden was in Vegas?
Yep. Yeah.
Come on. What's the UFC's home?
Vegas.
Yeah. Who's going to be at WrestleMania 41? Probably Conor McGregor or probably John Jones. They'll just be there. I'm not saying that they're going to have a match, but the same way that, what was it? 31? No. One of those ones where Triple H and Stephanie were in the ring, The Rock came out, and then he pulled Rousey out the crowd.
Yeah. I think that was in. No, I would think Los Angeles.
You're gonna get some stupid shit where Austin Theory and Grayson Waller spot one of these UFC or two guys in the crowd, and they're like, "Look at this fake ass," and they go in there and do that Logan Paul knockout punch, John, and that's where we're headed. At WrestleMania Vegas, for sure.
Cause I think not too long ago we seen one. I mean, they already had the NXT event at the Apex UFC. Yeah, so it's soon. I think not too long ago. I think on one of the Monday Night Raws. I don't think it was Michael Chandler, but it was somebody of that.
It was Michael Chandler.
It was Michael Chandler. Okay, he was there.
Yeah,
so
listen,
you know what
with
I'm saying?
This stuff, they're just kind of. When you go into a pool and there's like the stairs, they're taking the stairs. They didn't dive in the deep end. They're just taking the stairs and they're slowly swimming their way to WrestleMania 41.
Yep.
And then at the following year, SummerSlam, who knows? McGregor, you want to be on your steroids, buddy? Go ahead. You could be on them in WWE.
They don't test for that no more. So.
Yeah, but hey, man, great first episode here. Talked a ton. Next week we got Money in the Bank predictions.
Yappin.
Then Saturday we will record after Money in the Bank. It'll probably go up Sunday around noon, and then we'll still be here Tuesday. Probably a shorter pod on that Tuesday just because we'll have gotten a lot out. But you never know, because the Raw after Money in the Bank. I mean, if it's like Raw was not this Raw, but 2 weeks ago. I mean, we could go for another hour on a Raw of that quality.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, just a little update there. My internet cut out right at the end of the podcast when Deli was just saying how grateful he was to be on, the first additional episode of Yappin Wrestling. We're really excited to bring this project to you guys. Anybody that watched episode 1, hopefully it's something that in the next year or two you could say, I was there from the beginning. We appreciate the support. If you made it that far in the video, if you made it this far in the video, thumbs up on it, sub to the channel. Let's grow this wrestling community. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.